Hello and welcome to 99 Politics. Have you ever felt that the Constitution is complicated and you wouldn't understand it if you read it? In today's video, I'm going to argue that that's all a myth. We should just take up reading the Constitution of India as you would any other interesting book. It doesn't matter even if that is the first book you're ever going to read, it's still going to be a great book to read. Let me tell you why. Whenever I have taken up courses on political science, we had a lot of book recommendations on how to understand the Constitution better, how to make sense of it, understand its history, get a feel of its purpose, and so many other things. Unfortunately, these books are mostly complicated and difficult to understand without a dictionary or a friend who's doing constitutional law. At some point, I felt, hey, I've tried so many books on the Constitution, why not just read the Constitution itself? It was a very random idea, so I searched for it online and it was very easy to get. A PDF is available for free on the website of the Ministry of Law and Justice, and it's also available in pretty much every regional language. Now, what was my experience of reading it? I enjoyed every second of it. We've heard that the Indian Constitution is the longest one for any nation, and that sounds intimidating, but it's not so long. For perspective's sake, most Harry Potter books have more words than the Constitution of India. It's just that among the constitutions, the Indian Constitution is the longest one. At around 145,000 words, the Constitution of India actually manages to address a lot of things in a fairly compact and easy to understand manner. While I required a dictionary to read books about the Constitution, I didn't need one while reading the Constitution itself. Because the language of the Constitution is so simple, crisp, and feels very approachable. And what's interesting is that we compare, and I've seen so many people compare the Constitution to terms and conditions where we just have to click yes so that we can get through them. And I've tried reading those as well. But the difference is that the company that wrote those terms and conditions isn't really interested in you understanding them. Whereas with the Constitution of India, it really, genuinely wants you to understand. In a literary sense, the words reach out to you themselves, asking to be with you in a caring way. Now, I understand. Non-fiction books can be difficult to find interesting. But out of all the non-fiction I have read, this is literally one that defines a country. And as you read the Constitution, you really feel that weight, the monumental significance of these words. And you can't get that overwhelming feeling by reading books about the Constitution. And I do want to acknowledge that there will be some parts where you just might have to slow down to understand things better. And my opinion is that there's a lot of hype around just how much of an expert you have to be to understand the Constitution. Sure, if you're a constitutional expert, you will understand it better. But that is applicable in every field. A literature student, perhaps a PhD in English literature, will be better in understanding a poem by Emily Dickinson than me. And he or she will probably find deeper meaning in that poem as well. But that doesn't mean I can't understand the poet's emotions or relate to them. I can't pass judgment or maybe write a long essay or a research paper on it, but I can appreciate the emotion and significance and relate to these thoughts 100%. So if someone has not read a non-fiction book ever or has never even read a single book, that should not be a reason you shy away from reading the Constitution of India. It's a beautiful book, it's very understandable and very approachable. I keep the latest copy of the Constitution of India on my laptop. It's very useful. Recently, I was debating on how elections take place in different countries, and there were around people from 7 to 8 countries, And at one point, I just pulled up the Constitution of India and showed them Article 324, which starts by defining the Election Commission. And needless to say, I won that debate. So let the Constitution of India be your next book to read. It's a very approachable book that defines a nation of 1.4 billion people. And I think I have never read words that want you to be with them more. Thank you.